Acting Leader, I want to raise the issue this morning on divestment of schools. The debate has sprung up again about divestment of schools in this country, removing themselves from the patronage of the Catholic Church. This debate springs up every now and again and has been doing so for the past few years, possibly whenever there is a slow news day. As of 2021, of the national total of 3,126 standard schools, 88% had Catholic patrons, 5.7% were controlled by the Church of Ireland, 1% were controlled by other religious organisations, while 5.4% were not affiliated with any particular religion. In 2018, then Minister Bruton set up the oddly named School Reconfiguration for Diversity process to facilitate transfers of existing schools from religious patronage to that of secular bodies. Since then, only 12 primary schools have taken up on this offer, though more multi-denominational schools have been established or sanctioned than divested. The programme for government commits to achieving at least 400 multi-denominational schools by 2030 to improve parental choice. My question is, how does the Minister plan to achieve this? And I think this House could be a good place for a debate on that. Now that the transfer of patronage happens on a school-by-school basis, based on dialogue between the local bishop and the local state-run education or training board, on one hand, this works because it means that divestment only occurs where there is an actual grassroots call for it from the parents in that area. But effecting change only where change is asked for will never allow the state to hit its target. The obvious way forward is a centralised consultation between the Minister and her department, as well as representatives of the educational training boards with the Catholic bishops and archbishops, in tandem with localised surveys carried out by each school on the families in their catchment area to see whatever group wants and what solution fits best. I'd love to see a diversity in schooling in Ireland. I'm sure the Islamic Foundation of Ireland would love to patron more schools for Muslim children. There must be a desire too among Hindu, Jewish or Orthodox residents in Ireland to see their beliefs reflected in schooling too. And maybe then we can truly have Catholic schools too. Under a now less thinly spread patronage, these too will be in high demand. After all, a national survey carried out as recently as 2019 showed that 78% of patrons supported the continued role of the Catholic Church in shaping the ethos of their children's school, with 9% saying that the Church should have a much more active role than these parents, and so these parents want these schools to reflect their beliefs as well. So I'm asking you, Leader, to see if we can get the Minister for Education to have a serious conversation about divestment and how they're going to plan to take religion seriously out of our schools and allow those that want to have religion within their schools to participate in that way. Thank you.
Senator Sharon Keogan spoke about the divestment of schools in terms of patronage and remarked that only 12 primary schools had taken part and that there was a programme for government commitment in relation to more divestment, and our key question was in relation to how the Minister would plan to achieve this, and certainly we can ask the Minister to come and talk about it. I know from my point of view in terms of schools that I would be liaising with, I absolutely agree that parents should have an element of choice in terms of schools and the ethos of schools that they could go to. But I do know that in several church-led schools, it's very, very difficult to get volunteers now to go on boards of management. And that's part of the problem, that where there is a very good administrative network set up, such as with the ETBs, that it can be easier in terms of managing all the many different aspects of a school. But we will look for that.